if you want to get jobs, it is a job in itself. To join what we call the economy, that you people call labor market, there are three pathways to it. The first is through employment. Are we taking notes? The second is through freelance. And the third is through entrepreneurship and business. As you're graduating from school, I'd like to ask you, how much do you think if you get a job today, you should be paid? The first thing you want to do is, don't tie your journey to what you studied first. Especially those of us who studied courses that were told you can get any job. It means that there's no job for you. You must also know people. All this preparing for academic, preparing for exam, all those things are imbibing skills in you. So they did presentations, they did group work, coursework, all of those presentations you do in class. You would think that they are just there. That why are we doing series of presentations? They say come together, pick a group, someone represent the group. A lot of it, what you did was, when you see someone say, okay, what you want to then you go and stay back. On the day that you will do presentation for your big program, nobody will be there. So nobody is going to be your saver then or something. That is the world we are going into. It's a brutal world. It's a world where it's about what you're bringing. Nobody cares how you're bringing it. Rejections. I am preparing your mind. Don't be devastated. But you will still get one yes one day that will change the trajectory of your journey. As customary for me, whenever I'm conducting a training, I was in a training 2 days ago and yesterday for the newly elected student union officer. We always get invited by the University Vice Chancellor to train them on leadership. And I always maintain that I wouldn't want you to be engaged with your phones because it's a very distracting tool at this time. So it affects attention span and everything in between. So think about it. Before you got here, you were pressing your phone. Once you leave here, you continue to press your phone. So for this moment, let's value the time we are coming here to spend together. Are we all on the same page, sisters, brothers? I will need water. Now, easy. Sorry. So I used to ask a lot of questions whenever I interact with fresh graduates. I remember 2 sets ago, I trained them as well. 3 sets ago, 2 sets ago, last set, I trained them almost on these as well. So I used to ask a question, and I'll ask you the same question. So you can chorus the answers. Are we together? What's the challenge? What's the issue? As you're graduating from school, I'd like to ask you, how much do you think if you get a job today, you should be paid? Chorus answer, anybody? How much do you think you should do you think you should be paid as a graduate? No, we're not joking.
70K now.
Minimum wage is 70,000 naira.
$1 million.
150,000 naira. 150,000 naira. Are we all agreeing on that? So what's your own point?
For
300,000 naira for a start. Another point? For a start should be 50, 60. Okay. So we have opinions: 50,000, 60,000, 150,000, 300,000, 500,000,
300,000. For a start, 300,000.
Now, so I like to conduct this survey and sample opinion for one reason, so that we can discuss beyond expectations, so that we can discuss reality in its raw form. So part of my job requires that I handle out offer letters to people periodically as an HR professional, that I work with a couple of brands and also work with a company myself. And I can tell you that the best we've done for fresh graduates coming out with no cognate years of experience is perhaps 120,000 naira. The best. So that means we do 80,000, we do 70,000, we do 100,000, we do 120. And on rare cases, perhaps 150,000. Are we together? Am I saying there are no areas where you can earn as high as 500,000 even as a fresh graduate? No. There are areas. How many of us have heard of what we call the Big Four? So we have KPMG, we have Deloitte, we have PwC, we have Procter & Gamble, we have a number of them. So they are big conglomerates. But the reality is that they are highly competitive. Are we together? They are highly competitive does not mean you cannot get in as a fresh graduate. Now, how do you even do all of these things? I like to take it from the scratch. To join what we call the economy, that you people call labor market, there are three pathways to it. And I like to always mention this time and again so we can understand. There are three pathways to make it contributing value to the economy. The first is through employment. Are we taking notes? The second is through freelancing, freelance. And the third is through entrepreneurship and business. I hope we know that business is slightly different from entrepreneurship. Business is karakata. But entrepreneurship is you building something for a long-term purpose. Recruiting members to work with you, setting up a company and not just a WhatsApp business structure. And yes, business is good. Entrepreneurship is good. They are just not the same. I need to mention that. But they are closely related. So now for as many of us who are thinking, okay, begin to ask yourself now, or let me ask you, with your skill set, your level of exposure, your bit of experience that you've gathered in any way possible, which area do you think you can function well? Chorus. Employment and freelancing. Freelancing, entrepreneurship. So it means that we have combined the three. We have people who are scattered across these three pathways in this room. So we have to be able to at least look into them. But the first one and the most common is employment. Then the next one is freelancing. Not a lot of people are wired to do business because business is hard. Any business owner here can tell that it is tough to do business. Entrepreneurship is harder than business. Business is simpler than entrepreneurship because for business, it is about you calculating your stuff, knowing your stuff, buying, selling. Sometimes you make gains, sometimes maybe you're just in between. But for entrepreneurship, you can maintain a period of loss for years. And you continue to pay salaries, pay levies, pay taxes before you break even. So then it's not the same. But that's not really the major focus of our conversation. So if you want to join the economy through employment, you need to understand a few things that you need to prepare along the line. And I will limit some of the experiences I'm going to share because of time. I'll share a couple of experiences with you. The fact that you're a graduate does not mean you are equipped or you are knowledgeable already. There is a whole lot for you to learn. And I've shared some of the experiences before. I've interacted with graduates she does not know. That lady says she does not know. She's never heard of Google Drive before. And we wanted her for a front desk office role here in Abeokuta. She has completed NYSC. She's not still in school. Like it wasn't as if it's a student. She does not know a tab on Chrome or how to open a new tab. And this might look like it's far-reaching, but some of you also struggle with little details and basic digital skills. I need to first make you understand that if you want to get a job, you must have two major skills. The ability to navigate digital world, the digital proficiency as we put it, and your communication skills. You see those two, in this current age and time, you will need it so well. You will do a lot of presentations at work. You will do a lot of discussions, a lot of negotiation, a lot of meetings. So in the world, there's something we call stand-up, and sometimes we call it catch-up. Sometimes we call it clocking, depend on Once you clock it to clock in, depend, no, leave it there. So depend on the environment. So every morning, some it's every day, some it's once a week. You come together, especially if you work remotely, everyone talk about what they want to do for the week, and by Friday you do what we call clock out, to talk about what you have achieved for the week in the world of work. So if you are unable to articulate yourself well, you'll be shortchanging yourself because you will not even be able to express some of the big, a good job that you are doing with the company. Now, for you to get a job, platforms where you can get jobs or areas where jobs are available are either the private institutions, public institutions, NGOs, government institutions, and a host of them. Private institutions like bank, like telecommunication industry, like sales and marketing. By the way, let me give you a hint into how you can easily get a job. The most common jobs that are available, they are around sales and marketing. For you at this level, I won't lie to you. Because but there are some of them who are very equal. Have you seen salespeople? Have you seen salespeople in bank? So some of those, I call it low-hanging fruits. They are easier to get, provided you can engage people. You can persuade people, you can negotiate. So you get job in sales and marketing. And it doesn't matter. I've done marketing before as well. I was the youth marketing manager for Southwest for Dufil last year. Despite the fact that I studied agricultural administration. So the first thing you want to do is don't tie your journey to what you studied first. Especially those of us who studied courses that were told you can get any job. It means that there is no job for you with that course, unless in few pathways like research and academics. I don't want to pick on courses because some of you, I don't want your spirit to be down. But if I mention a few courses, you, in the inside of your heart, you know that you cannot think of 10 persons who is doing something with that course that they studied, that your course. And without thinking too hard, you can't mention 10 persons doing great with that course. Not in another field, but in that field, aside academic and research. That should tell you something. Don't worry, this job, this course, once you graduate, you can work anywhere. So that's what we were told too in 100 level. We began to ask them, what is agricultural administration? Don't worry. Don't worry. So if not for Ogbonu, so don't tie your pathway to what you have studied unless you're interested in it specifically. Maybe for research, now I'm mentioning research, or for academic development purposes, or for community extension services. So you can tie to it. But it doesn't mean you can't still do something around it. Are we together? So the time I was working with Dufil was last year. Under that Dufil, we have a conglomerate. It's a conglomerate rather. Under it, we have Indomie, we have Munchies, we have Mini-Me, we have Power Oil, we have IPO, we have Lush Hair, we have, I've forgotten the number, but over 12 brands on that one conglomerate. And so you need to understand what conglomerate is. Have you heard of Toleran before? But you've heard of Dufil. So Dufil, so this is how it works. Most of those companies have a parent group. Predator is under, Right Foot. Do you know? So there's always a parent group and all of them coming together. I'm sure you already know that Infinix, Techno, and iTech, they all belong to the same field, parent group. So it's a methodology in entrepreneurship, so to give people illusion of choice. So you think, I don't eat this one, I eat this one. It's still our money. Right. The same with Pick and 3 Crown. So some of you think Pick is better. How now? Why? You have come to school. A lot of learning to do and unlearning. But that's just by the way. So, if you want to get jobs, it is a job in itself. Job hunting is a job in itself. It's not something you do by the side. Are we together? I said job hunting is what? Now, let me quickly mention a few mistakes young graduates make when it comes to them wanting to get a job. So you meet someone and say, Eba mi wa ṣe. That's the usual approach. Eba mi wa ṣe. Okay, good. Then don't leave it there. I need job around this industry, in this industry. Like mention a few. Don't just say anywhere. Eba ti ba mi rí sí. Eba bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí mọ́ṣúárì gan. Do we understand? You don't really have options, but you should be specific in the number of industry that you can work with. And so that will also boils down to your ability to conduct personal research. Don't go to the back. Fill up those front spaces as you are coming. Are we together? Yes. So please, the first thing, if you are approaching someone to help you get a job, approach them like someone who is equipped. Don't just appear like you are empty. Do you get it? I need a job. Then I have my CV. Here's what my CV looks like. I need a job in this field, this field. I can do this. At least identify a few things. If you're able to do basic digital skills, it is something. Some of you are good at managing social media, cut and join video. It's package yourself, improve on it. It is social media management. Some of you can do growth marketing. Because the world has changed from most of those roles that you think you know. We are now bringing fancy names to the work, to the place of work in terms of job description. You'll see a lot of names, regarding the jobs that we post. So, how do we now get started? By getting a CV. The reason I like to do this practically is because I want you to be able to write it yourself. You cannot use one CV to apply for a series of jobs. Let us first understand that. What did I say?
You cannot use one CV to apply for.
I'll give you an example. Say you want to apply for the role of social media manager today. Then tomorrow you say a role for customer service specialist. You think that you are qualified based on the skills that you have. You cannot use the same CV. So you have to design another CV tailored towards that field. As I speak to you, I have 5 CVs. 5. One academic CV for application for scholarships, even though it is always love letters at the end. Do you know what love letter is? You always start like this. The subject will say, update regarding your application. If they didn't say congratulations, if the title is not congratulations or you are in, they'll start with, dear. After carefully reviewing your application, they won't be with regret, it will be too fast. Over 2,000 applied, and we have carefully reviewed and selected the so. We regret to inform you, some will not even use to get. We are informing you that we are unable to proceed with you at this time. We encourage you to keep eyes on other openings in our organization or blah, 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 blah. In the month of May, I think I got love letters up to 12. Rejections. I am preparing your mind. Don't be devastated. 2 scholarships that I've prepared so well for. I had better grades than some of my colleagues who got to the next stage. You don't get it. I prepared my own. I guided someone through his application. I was rejected. He was in. I had better grades. I had better O-level results. Those were what they used. I wrote better SOPs. Guess what? In his reference letter, the person who wrote for him just edited some of the ones they've done before. The name of the school they used to apply, he was applying for before was there. They didn't edit it. He still got it. So in jobs too, I applied for a lot of international jobs, rejection. All of them came rejection. All of them. And I can't even count the ones that didn't get back. I told Fad, every week we must apply for at least something, two applications. We stay up night, Fad Bolobade, Timothy Denko, blah, 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 blah. We've done this. We'll do tests, we'll do assessment, aptitude. but you will still get one yes one day that will change the trajectory of your journey. So I am preparing your mind so that a lot of people say, I've been applying, I've been getting rejections. I swear to you, you will get rejections. I also, as an HR person, I give people rejection letter. Because I put up application for one post, 200 people apply. I interview 10 out of 200. I can't employ 10 people. So the rest will be, we'll get back to you. And when I'm getting back, I package it for them. That is the world we're going into. It's a brutal world. It's a world where it's about what you're bringing. Nobody cares how you're bringing it. Do you understand? So prepare for rejections. These are just basics before we get deep into the answer. Prepare for rejection. Are we prepared? How many of you have received rejection letters before? How does it feel when you receive rejection letter? Just look. You said? Heartbreaking. After putting a lot of efforts. Please and please, you have to, at this point, there are certain things that you have not been taught in school. Are we together? One house, please. At this point, there are things you have not been taught in school that you must teach yourself. The ability to develop thick skin for rejections. Rejection will come in quick succession. I told you throughout the month of May, any mail that I got, every mail that I got throughout the month of May was rejection. Every mail, every single one that I've applied for, everyone came rejected. If care is not taken, you may begin to think someone is doing you. Nobody is doing you. Thousands, hundreds of thousands of other people are applying. And so few mistakes that we also make, I'll mention that. First, if you're applying for things and you have your CV, you're uploading your CV, don't save it as my CV. Don't save your CV as what? Or my resume. Save it as your name. Now, I'm reviewing CVs of hundreds of people. 20 people save their CV as my CV, my CV, my CV. How am I going to easily track the ones I want to move to progress to the next stage? So they are red flags. Save it with what? You understand? Not my CV. Another mistake people make is not reading applications very well. So when you want to apply for something, please take your time. Study what we call the job description. You know what job description is? That you'll be doing this is what you'll be doing. Study it so well. Then craft your cover letters or motivation letter or statement of purpose or personal statements as the case may be. So you are hearing these things. Let me explain what they mean. I don't want you to go out of school and you still do not know certain things. So there is cover letter. It is also known as application letter. Do we get it? The application letter that you know since your primary school days, it is known as cover letter. That is, it is often attached with your resume for job application. So there is what we call personal statement. This one is used when you are applying for scholarship applications. Same with statement of purpose or statement of intent. You also use that one for scholarship application. It usually goes like, okay, you talking about your background, why you're interested in that school, why you're interested in that course, why you're interested in that country. So, like that, maybe I can show samples, if possible, but I'm not sure because we don't have enough time. But just understand that these are words that you'll be familiar with. Now, a few things to also take note as you are going. The moment FUNAP says your certificate is ready, please go and collect it. What did I say? The moment you get the announcement that your certificate is ready, because you will pay for it before your clearance already. You will pay for everything before your clearance. So the moment FUNAP says your certificate is ready, come to school, come and collect it physically. The day I went to collect my certificate, someone also came. It was in 2023 that I went to collect my certificate. Someone also came. He graduated from FUNAP in 1993. How many years after? 30. So I don't know what he wanted to use it for, but the process was not easy. So it was rigorous, and I'm sure he would have spent a lot. I didn't spend a dime because it was still fresh. Do we get it? Then you will need in some cases you will need statement of results before your your certificate comes out, statement of results, or notification of results, NOR. You can get that one as well. Then there's another document. It is called transcript. Transcript. I know some of you know, some may not know. So transcript is a document that will detail your academic performances from 100 level to 500 level. Essentially, this is what it means. All your results will be uploaded together in that document. So that your D in MTS 101 is still coming back, regardless of what you have graduated with. So it will be your transcript. We have official transcript and unofficial transcript. So official transcript is also known as, unofficial transcript is also known as student copy. Student copy. What's the difference and what do you use it for? So if you're applying for a scholarship, you will need transcripts. Now, what is the reason for that transcript? Let me explain to you. When we're in school, we're always arguing. What's the meaning? Why are we studying all of these courses? Why is it that it's important to get the 500 level that we are exposed to our main courses, blah, 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 blah. I get to realize that STS 201 in 200 level is very, very, very significant. When you begin to apply for scholarships, they will need to see if you've done a bit of statistics. That is the reason for that transcript. They want to go through your performances. Are you the kind of person who have a geometric progression? Or you started well and you ended bad? They want to see what your academic progression looks like to be able to repose their trust in you to give you that scholarship, because it is highly competitive. Are we together? If you have finished with the first class, good one. If you have finished with a 2-1, good one. If you have finished with a 2-2, not bad, but you have a lot of work to do additionally to augment your academic result, what a grade. Are we together? But we're not talking about scholarship yet. So those are the documents. Then there's one more document. It's called Medium of Instruction. Medium of Instruction, MOI. Medium of Instruction. Now, medium of instruction is a document that is used in lieu of IELTS and TOEFL. Have you heard of IELTS before? Yes. International English Language Testing System. TOEFL, the same. GRE, GMAT. They are all documents that prove that you can do verbal reasoning. So you see all those verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, you will come back to it. Aptitude, you come back to them. Mathematics, you come back to them. English, you come back to them. So all those basic English, please don't continue studying them. Basic English, because there are applications that you will do English, and there are applications that will do maths as well. Have you heard of graduate training before? So let me give you more details about what graduate trainee is. Graduate trainee, TRAINEE programs. So they are programs like incubation programs to take you out of school and prepare you for job. It is not a full-time, it's not a job in itself, but it is paid. It is not internship, so to speak. A bit of it, but not structurally. So graduate training programs are programs companies put up to train talents so that they can take faster, bigger position faster in organization. As I was coming, I was chatting with one of my Portuguese. I guided him through the process of Lotus Bank application earlier this year. So it was, at the point he didn't want to continue. I had to continue to push him that you will get in, just keep it on, keep it on. So he went for interview was slated for 1. He didn't get a chance to meet with the interviewer until 8 p.m. And he was not interviewed that day. They told him to come back to his following. He said he's not going. I said, you will go. He said he's not going. I said, you must go. So eventually he was selected for the graduate training program. It was a 3-month program for Lotus Bank. You have to have completed NYC. That's one of the major criteria. So he told me he has been selected, so they did 3 months. So during those 3 months program, They were taught a lot of things about banking, Islamic banking, and all of that. The guy is a Christian, but they employ Christian in Islamic banks anyway. So he give me feedback, periodic feedback. They do most of these things you do in school, mathematics, they still do it. You can't run away from them. Me, I still regret that I didn't take math seriously. Because you can't run away from math. You can't run away from statistics, from logic. Did you do logic in school? Yes. You can't run away from logic. Because there are questions set to assess your critical thinking skills. At the end of the day, he came third out of everybody in his set. The guy is actually quite brilliant. So he came third, and he has been appointed. He wanted IT department, but I think they gave him another department. He was just telling me that department. Let me see. It was the person I was chatting in, even while I was seated there. So he said, I was a bit dismayed because I was not posted to my department of choice, IT. I asked him which department. He said, I'm currently in treasury operations. I am learning the ropes of how money moves on the core banking app, Central Bank of Nigeria, RTGs, and internationally through SWIFT. So I now told him that he should focus on that area very well, that they would still rotate in. So what I know about graduate training program is that they prepare you to attain the higher position faster than the regular route. I'll give you an example. He told me that the person supervising him did a program just last year. Just 1 year, and she's the deputy head of that department. Just last year. I know this again because when we wanted people to join Indomie last year through graduate training program, I couldn't join because of my age. You must not have gone beyond 26, 28 for some 24. So, but if you still have age on your side, since you are 24, you're 25, but please, again, don't delay your NYSC. Do you understand? Because I interact with you stay 6 months doing almost nothing. You can't really pinpoint what you're doing for that 6 months before you go immediately so that you can get your certificate, get it out of the way, and you move on with life. Don't say, what are you doing? Unless you have something really important. That's why I would say you should don't delay it, please. The moment they say it's out, register almost immediately. Move it, keep it moving. Because there are many things that you can't apply for without your NYSC discharge certificate. Are we together? So those of you that are already planning, plan well. Rethink now. Because by the time you wait 6 months, even a year, another year has added to your age. Another year has been reduced from your chances of applying. So imagine graduating at 24, 25, or finishing NYSC at 25 plus, and the thing says 26. Now imagine delaying it for like 6 months again before you do NYSC. So please and please, in Dufil, what they do also is, that one is a year-long training program. After training you are most likely going to be the deputy head. The people who have been in that role for years, you go and head them. Because it's a school of that job that you have gone through. Do we get it? So I strongly recommend graduate training programs for those who want corporate life. I strongly recommend graduate. Anyone you see, apply. Anyone you see, just keep applying. It will be rigorous. And yes, they pay them. They pay graduate trainee, some as high as 250,000, some as high as 500,000. He said, during the training, if you are lucky to get into oil and gas, you're talking 700, 800, 1 million. And you'll be trained. But it is now because now the guy said he came third. It showed me his results. He's on fire, 70 and above. Like all this preparing for academic, preparing for exam, all those things are imbibing skills in you. So they did presentations, they did group work, coursework, all of those presentations you do in class. you would think that they are just there. That why are we doing series of presentation? They say come together, pick a group, someone represent the group. A lot of it, what you did was, when you see someone, say, okay, what you want there? Then you go and stay back. On the day that you will do presentation for your big program, nobody will be there. Nobody is going to be your saver then or something. Do you get what I'm saying? So you need it. I've gone to interview where what we did for that interview was presentation. So we're first given laptops, internet disconnected, you can't Google, you can't AI, you can't do anything, you can't even check dictionary to confirm your choice of word if it's correct. Come up with solutions. This is what the company is going through. Come up with solutions in 20 minutes. I swear, I was even in school then. I was bored. I just told one of my lecturers that Strike Isingunju, doctor, is now in maybe US for his PhD. He has completed, but he should be back soon. Dr. Rahim from ACIPM. He said, I used to call him Egbon. Everywhere, boy, everyone any link. I just saw, he said, send your CV. I just saw interview invites at Lekki. The following day, you must also know people. And you must also should be able to, do you understand? You should be able to talk. I want this. I need this. I'm interested in this. And don't be the kind of person who go and comment online, interested. When the link has said, do this, apply through this link. Don't say, I'm interested. So because I'm interested, I'm going to hand it over to you. People do that. They will say, okay, application for to apply, send your mail with the subject to this email, send your CV. Then people will comment, I'm interested. The moment someone sees I'm interested, the rest. Please, you have come to school for a reason. The ability to take a pause and observe before you act. Education is meant to make you become a total human being, a complete human being. It's not for you to follow bandwagon. People are saying, I'm interested, and it's clearly states, do this. And don't be lazy. I will post opportunity, the link is there. People are saying, share the link, sir. Now, we've made it easier. Most of these applications now have QR code. Scan it with your phone. Can you scan QR code with your phone? Simple. Just slide, put your phone, check under QR code scan on your phone, take a picture of it. Anyhow, it will go. In fact, save it on your gallery. Just scan it from your gallery and you get the link. Simple. Don't be lazy at job. I have a lot of lazy people, young people. Any small thing, my mental health. This is the time your mental health will be disturbed the most. Because these friends that you have, you won't communicate often. Life will be dealing with everybody. These friends that you have, that you see yourself together, you laugh, you won't see them. It's a lonely journey you are going into. Trust me, a lonely journey. You begin to ask a lot of questions, you'll be confused at a lot of time. So you are the kind of person who is mentally lazy. You'll just be breaking down. My mental health is at stake. Kilo day. And it is you people that will say, clock it. Any small thing. I envy Gen Zs. And honestly, I envy Gen Zs because one, you have audacity. Quite audacious set of people. You have audacity. And the kind of things you would do, millennials, some of us cannot do it. We can't try it. Because you will give your boss the words that he deserves sometimes. We can't do it. Do you understand? So don't be lazy. So to apply for jobs and to apply for opportunities, always be prepared. And now it's okay to use AI to write your cover letters, to apply, to write your essay question answers. But please don't submit it immediately. Copy it into a place, go through it. First, anything that you need to edit. You see all those, would you like, please delete it though. And see, the moment I see that, I don't even bother myself. It is not that we don't want you to use AI. It is that you are mentally lazy. That you are not diligent and you are not meticulous. Because if you are, it takes you nothing to remove that part. See, AI is doing a lot. Forget. Now, they even tell in essays that you should be open with your use of AI. That is, you should tell them the percentage of AI that you have used in your applications. I've seen applications like that. I say you should be open with your use of AI. That is, tell them, okay, I use AI to like 70% in this process. And I've seen one recently that said, we encourage AI, but we will still appreciate your individual intelligence, your native intelligence. So everybody has come to agree that AI has come to stay. But if you are lazy with it, you will not get opportunities. I've conducted an interview for a lady just in May or April. I know that that lady was reading for me in AI, but she was smart. This was how she did. You know, AI, you can use voice, that voice function. So, and my English is clear. So it's easy for AI to grab it. So I'll ask her a question and she will say, I should come again. I know that the moment she's saying I should come again, she's waiting for AI to load. It's okay. I'm not judgmental. Then she will now read it for me, but she is smart. You wouldn't know she's reading. It's because I know AI so well that I know she was using it. My colleague, who was also the HR that worked with her, I said, Mayo, did you notice? She said she noticed. But because I didn't tell her to put on a video, I was supposed to tell her to put on a video, but I don't really do that. It would have been something I would know. Do you know what? She got the offer. She's smart. I can't tell her not to use AI. But she'll tell me I should wait. And she'll now be reading, but she's reading in a way but there are some, if you work with them like that, they would not give you the job. Especially older people. See, older people, they are not like us. I was interviewed for a role just on, was it Wednesday? Yes, on Wednesday. It lasted 1 hour, 15 minutes. Yes. 6 people were the ones who interviewed me. The MD CEO was there. The head of group of HR, it's a conglomerate. The head of group of HR was there. The head of branch was there. HR advisor was there. And each time the CEO is trying to, I think the CEO also has a background in HR. So and I was applying for HR manager too. So it was just fire for fire. It was just this one, that one, this one. The man will say, okay, this is what I'm actually expecting. Give me another one. I will still, and my video is on. You can't even Google anything. You can't. But if an interview is long, the chances are that you get the opportunity. That is another quote. If you go to an interview and it is unnecessarily long, you are most likely going to get the job because they have taken special interest in you. But if an interview is just simple, how are you? Tell us about yourself, blah 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 blah. Then we'll get back to you. Do you understand? There are some stages of conversation you get to that you know that you most likely, if there's all things being equal and if politics is not in stake and if CODA is in line, you'll get it. When you're already discussing about your waiting notice period, there's something called notice period. That is, how long should we give you to resume? It is called notice period. So because you might be working somewhere and they will need you to notify them and resign where you're working to come and start. So it's called notice period. It could be 2 weeks, it could be 1 month, depending on your agreement with with your current employer at that time. So take note of that too. In case they ask you what is your notice period and you're asking, which period are you saying? So now, for you to get your CV done, I need to mention that there are various ways you can write your CV, but I have one pattern that I always use.